Since Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world until Elon Musk dethrones him again, we thought we would have a look inside his massive home. The former home of Jack Warner of Warner Brothers. Cost him $165 million to buy, but is valued at $175 million now, thanks to a booming Beverly Hills real estate market. Maybe he has a hole to fill after his divorce last year? Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything we post. So let's have a look inside Jeff Bezos' $175 million mansion. The history of the Warner Mansion. This 9-acre piece of real estate in the prestigious neighborhood of Benedict Canyon was originally built for Jack Warner of Warner Brothers from 1926 to 1937. David Geffen, the co-owner of DreamWorks, purchased the 9.4-acre mansion in 1990 for about $47.5 million. The legendary estate is also known as the Jack Warner Estate. It's described as a neoclassical mansion in the Georgian style and was designed by architect Roland E. Coate. The interiors were done by William Haynes and the expansive grounds by Florence Yosh. It was the home of Jack and Ann Warner for 5 decades and is thought of as being the last intact estate from Hollywood's golden age in Beverly Hills. With its purchase, it broke national records for the sale of a family residence. The price set Jeff Bezos back only 0.12% of his net worth. Jack Warner's father purchased the land after the success of the first talkie movie, The Jazz Singer, in 1927. Jack Warner Jr. says he built this oppressive Spanish house, what we used to call the Spanish clunker, but a gorgeous one. The studio did the interior design. They must have had a lot of old Spanish furniture they wanted to get rid of, ugly and uncomfortable. During the 30s and 40s, the Warners hosted some big parties in the house for Hollywood A-listers from Clark Gable to Marilyn Monroe and James Stewart, Olivia de Havilland, and even Howard Hughes. It was a popular party venue probably because of its size, but also because of the influence the Warners had. To not attend an invitation could possibly mean exclusion from certain movie projects. During the Second World War, they even built a bunker behind the projection room. The bunker had at least 12 bunk beds, because according to Barbara Howard, you couldn't let the servants die. They were hard to find during the war. How caring and patriotic. When David Geffen purchased the house for $47.5 million in 1990, he did so after asking Steven Spielberg what his opinion was. Because at first, Geffen was not interested because of the size of the mansion. When Geffen did eventually purchase the property, he began extensive renovations worth millions. The exterior alone was renovated at a cost of $20 million to Geffen. Bezos' property portfolio. To understand the sheer size and value of this mansion, it's important to understand how this mansion fits into Bezos' property portfolio in terms of its value. Bezos owns 3 Manhattan condos worth $80 million in the same building. Then he spent a further $16 million on a 4th condo. The 4 condos cover a combined floor space of 1.8 square kilometers and are on 5th Avenue, close to Broadway. Their combined value is $96 million. The billionaire businessman's home base is in Washington, D.C., in a converted textile museum he bought for $23 million in 2016. It includes neighbors like Barack and Michelle Obama and Ivanka Trump. He also owns the property next door, which is linked by a driveway. The 2 buildings on the property cover nearly 2.5 square kilometers of floor space, making it the largest home in Washington, D.C. He spent $12 million overhauling the houses and the grounds, which probably pushed up its value a lot. Bezos also owns a 300,000-acre ranch in Van Horn, Texas, which boasts another large mansion and even a bunkhouse. The bunkhouse alone sleeps 12. The ranch includes the base for his private space company, Blue Origin. He's been test-firing rockets from there for over a decade. This includes flights for his space tourism craft, New Shepard, which began in 2006. Bezos owns 2 waterfront mansions near Bill Gates at the sought-after waterfront town of Medina, near Seattle. The billionaire paid $10 million for the first property in 1998, a 2-square-kilometer property with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. The house overlooks Lake Washington. The adjacent property also has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms and cost him $53 million. The outside of the $175 million property at a glance. The estate includes a smaller property across the street, which Bezos also bought for only $10 million as a part of his $650 million property portfolio. The neighboring property is not nearly as big as his main mansion, but is a pretty decent home. The property is on Tropical Avenue and just as old as the Warner Mansion. It was also built in the 1930s and shares a hedge with the larger compound. This smaller property has 3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 6 fireplaces. It also includes a patio, a den, a rose garden, and a vegetable garden. Bezos makes a habit of buying properties adjacent to his, having done it it many times before with other properties. His main property alone features 3 main buildings. The mansion itself is just over 1.2 square kilometers in size. Imagine who has to keep this place tidy. The grounds have 2 more guest houses on it. It is rumored that even Marilyn Monroe stayed over in one of them. The compound has a 9-hole golf course on it, and it even has enough space for 9 more holes. The tennis court is another feature with an external pool connected to a large hot water tub. The grounds are so big that whoever is staying with Bezos could go for a run without ever leaving the compound. The gardens are gorgeous, with hedges so high you cannot touch their tops with outstretched hands, which also serves as a privacy barrier. The property also includes a nursery and 3 greenhouses. There is also a motorcade with its own gas pumps and space for more than 20 cars. Further, it features a European garden, a rock lagoon-like pool/spa and waterfalls. The compound includes 2 ponds and a small army of workers keeping the grounds in shape. The long 350-meter sycamore driveway curves through the grounds in a horseshoe shape and ends at a fountain at the front entrance to the house, which closely resembles the White House. The driveway entrance does not allow any view into the grounds thanks to the way the hedges are placed. Next to the entrance to the driveway is a picturesque fountain. You enter the grounds at the southeast corner and end up at the front of the house, which faces northwest. The property is 300 meters across at its widest point and 240 at its narrowest point, with the closest neighboring house about 80 meters from the main mansion. Inside the mansion, Jeff and new heartthrob Lauren Sanchez share this mansion among all their other properties. The inside of the mansion displays an overkill in terms of art decor. Tastes are expensive and can sometimes be described as pretentious. When you enter the house, you are immediately impressed by the double-story entrance hall and ornate cantilevered staircase. The entrance hall is made of stunning wood designs and flooring with intricate patterns. The house interior includes a movie theater with a hidden projector switched on by turning the head of a Buddha statue. That's very disrespectful to Buddha. We hope someone told Bezos. Then there is a large bar for those intimate, friendly get-togethers and massive parties. The dining room is large enough to play hockey in. It has recessed alcoves, a crystal chandelier from the 1920s, Chinese wallpaper, and a patterned parquet floor in the Art Deco style. The dining room can host 20 guests. On nights when Jeff and Lauren are there alone, one can only imagine them being served at opposite ends of the table by their servants and communicating with each other through an intercom of some sort. The living room, by comparison, is one of the coziest in the house. It has large beams where the ceiling should have been, with a spectacular view across the gardens. It has a television and comfortable furniture. This room contains a fireplace and cut glass chandelier. Jeff and Lauren probably often watch Amazon Prime shows there with a glass of fermented something in hand. On other occasions, they could play hide and seek with each other, or maybe pay the servants extra to play with them. Heaven knows there's enough space. They can hide in one of the 8 bedrooms with 9 bathrooms. There's even a massive library along one side of the house. Have you ever wondered why Lauren looks so tanned? It might be because of the fact that they have their own sunroom with tanning beds. Lying next to the pool in the actual sun is so overrated. Upstairs are various bedrooms, and most have stunning views with balconies. This mansion even has floorboards once owned by Napoleon Bonaparte. Talk about unnecessary boasting material. The mansion is incredibly old, and Bezos, being a moneymaker, will undoubtedly upgrade, renovate, and put his own touches on the old mansion. We suspect Bezos might buy up more properties in the neighborhood, which includes Justin Bieber's house. We wonder if the Biebs will want to sell in the future. Practicality? The property is very impractical for normal people. The gardens are beautiful to look at, but Bezos probably has to pay a legion of people to maintain a property upon which only he and Lauren stay. Most of us would enjoy the sports facilities and pool/hot tub combo, but 8 bedrooms and all those bathrooms are overkill for 2 people alone. At least, all the walking will keep them fit. The usefulness of the mansion will probably come into play when friends and family come to visit. When Bezos is away on business, Lauren will be on her own in that massive place. I think we all know that people like Bezos never stop making money and showing it off. The mansion is definitely a status symbol. It's believed that the couple will call this mansion home. So there you have it, Jeff Bezos' own Versailles. He has the palace, and Lauren can eat all the cake she wants. We wish them all the best for their future. With these words, I bid you adieu. We would love to have you back again. Remember to stay safe.